I'll have you start off with a opening statement just about the week and getting ready for Kent State on Wednesday.
Everybody in the program is super excited that we have a season, albeit starting in November. It's been a long wait, crazy up and down roller coaster in a lot of ways, but we are all thankful that we are getting the chance to compete and to play. It has been a season already unlike any other that I've ever experienced, but it also fits who we are as a program in terms of give me the wrench and throw us curveballs and we're going to respond. So we're excited.
First question comes from Art Brooks with the Detroit News. His question was, with all the turmoil and the pandemic, how have you been able to keep the team's focus?
Yeah, I don't know that we've had an issue with focus. I think not knowing when we were going to play or if we were going to play, I think we all, coming in the beginning, we're like, okay, we're getting ready for something that we know might not happen. But then once we started going, we really got into it, right? I mean, the very first day, it's like, wow, can I be around anybody? We haven't been in the building, we haven't been in the stadium, we haven't been in the weight room. And so it was all incremental. But as we took each step, we became pretty comfortable. And as we got closer to actually practicing football, it became a lot closer to normal. And so I think we all started believing that, wow, this could actually happen because, we're doing it. And then, when the season was canceled, we gave the guys and the staff some time off because school hadn't started yet. And then, our focus, though, when we came back, I mean, there was no season on the horizon, but I think our guys were excited to practice and to play football, even if it wasn't going to be against outside competition.
His next question is, at quarterback, how is Preston settling in, and what does he bring to the quarterback unit?
Yeah, Preston Hutchinson is a winner, first of all. He's a leader. Everybody really, really likes Preston. I mean, he's just been a guy who has worked his tail off and has been in a backup role for a long time. But everybody likes and respects him. And then when he's had a chance, to run the show, I mean, it's hard to go much better than 31 of 36 for, whatever it was, 350 yards and 3 touchdowns. And so guys know that he can be very, very productive as well. And he's done a good job with learning our offense and executing it.
You bring back some depth at tight end as well as wide receiver. What is the luxury of having a guy, and he's on the call with us, like Thomas Odukoya, have for your offense?
Yeah, Thomas, has a chance to be really, really special. He is a coach on the field. He's the undisputed leader on our team, and just love everything about him, to be honest with you, and helps our run game and helps our passing game, helps the young guys in terms of learning. I think he helps even some of the veterans with just, confidence and just poise and having been there and done it before. I don't know exactly what he weighs. Maybe he'll tell you, but I mean, he's a handful, when he gets his hands on you, he moves you. And so he's been great on and off the field.
And then Art's final question is the uniqueness of having the freshmen come in. They've been here. How has their development been accelerated because they've been able to be in so many more practices and get used to before the first game?
It's definitely been an advantage. Our freshmen have had, more opportunities than any other freshman class I've ever coached. I think that as a staff, we made some really good decisions about how we ran our walkthroughs early on, and that allowed for our freshmen to jump right in and to learn. We weren't meeting outside of remotely, and so that was not comparable to what they would have had in a normal year. But the on the field, even in a limited role, opportunity for them was really, really good.
Next set of questions is from the Eastern Echo. Luke, the new sports editor, sends his regards for not being able to make it, but he wanted to know, what was the team's reaction when they heard football would be back again?
Well, I mean, that all changed. There was no build up to that. I remember when the Big Ten announced that they were going to play, I was talking to Q just in the building hallway, and he said, "Coach, is there a chance, that the MAC will play?" And I cut him off, and I was just being completely serious. I just said, "There's no. I mean, there's been zero discussion about that. We're not playing." I did not want to get people's hopes up for something that just wasn't going to happen. And then I got a call from Scott, our athletic director, I think about 9 or 9:30 that night. And I'm telling you, out of absolutely nowhere, he said, "Well, you're not going to believe this, but we're talking about trying to make this work." And so I think that we were all shocked. And then at that point, though, it wasn't we're having a season. It was we're going to try to figure out whether we can. But we were not ready for that at all. And yeah, I mean, it was a really big deal for our players and for everybody involved. Super excited about it.
Sorry, I forgot to hit unmute. Luke's follow-up then is, we've talked a lot about the offense. He wanted to switch to the defense. What's it like defensively to have to prepare for a Kent State team that you don't have a lot of information on, but you've had all the video of knowing that they were your last regular season game?
Yes, our defense, has a pretty good feel for what they do offensively. They're really good at what they do offensively, and they've got really good people doing it. It's more so, stopping it and slowing it down, than it is figuring it out. And there's always figuring out that goes along with it. But they're unique in that they don't do a lot, but what they do fast, and they do it well.
Thomas, will bring you into the equation. As a senior, as a captain, what's it like for you to be back out there on the field?
It's great. It feels like a long time since we last played, and we're practicing back in the spring with one spring practice. So it's great to finally be back, finally have a game scheduled. The whole team is excited. Senior class is excited because there was talk of like moving the season to the spring or the fall. So we're just happy that the season's finally here.
One of the questions they sent in was, what goals do you as a person in your position have for this year? And then what's the team goal?
I think the theme of the year kind of describes our goal. The theme of the year is breakthrough. And I mean, for me personally, and as this program, we just want to take that next step, just kind of get through that wall of, being 6-6 and losing a bowl game to get into that next level, which is, winning championships, winning bowl games. So that's the goal for me personally. I don't really have a lot of individual goals, but as a team, that's what we're working for, and that's what we're aiming for. So,
tight end position and your offensive line has a lot of upperclassmen, guys who have played some games. What's it like to be together again as a group playing in terms of the offense?
Yeah, no, we have a lot of experience on the O-line and the tight end position, like you said. It's great. I feel like we're just clicking. Communication is so much better, playing with people we've played with before. It's a luxury, actually. And, we're really excited, and we're ready to do this thing together. So,
going against the defense every day, how do you make them better?
I think it's just the practice pace and the practice effort that dictates a lot. Going hard all the time, and not just sometimes, or not just in the final unscripted periods, but giving it your all inside and all those drills. You get better off each other, you compete with each other, and you grow as a team.
Have you thought about what it's going to be like on Wednesday to walk out there? And you're used to having fans and everybody else out there. How are you going to ignite that fire that when there's no one in the stands?
We have a lot of energy in this team, and we've been waiting for this moment for months. It's been hard watching everybody else play in the country. So there's been so much buildup of months of waiting and no season. And then, okay, now we're going to have a season. So I expect the energy to be insane. And I think the sideline will be jumping. So
I know we talked about it before in the off season, but during the pandemic, how were you able to stay healthy, fit, and ready for when it did come back?
That's a hard question. At times it was kind of a hard period because you're just at home and you don't know what's going to happen and you're just waiting for that update. All you can do really is stay ready. I know everybody, or some people went home, some people stayed here, and everybody was just working out. We're texting each other every day, motivating each other about workouts and lifts and stuff like that we had to do on our own. Because we knew that, this moment of the season was going to come. We didn't know if it was going to be in September or the spring or next year, but we knew that at some point it was going to come. So now it's finally here, and I think we're all ready. We all stayed ready. So,
from a player's perspective, how unique has it been to change? Usually it's the accountability of showing up to meetings and doing all that. Now it's been kind of still motivating yourself by getting to Zoom calls, being in the weight room. It's harder when you don't have a coach over your shoulder all times, isn't it?
It's definitely harder, but then that character aspect comes to mind. Like, what are you going to do when you don't have those people, like the coaches behind you at all times? So then, character shows, obviously, and I think this team has handled it very well with staying ready.